Okay, so thank you, Aminat and TK, for staying tuned. We're back. So next type of sleeve that we're going to be doing now is the calf sleeve. Calf sleeve is like it's called calf. It's just the calf that serves as your sleeve. You don't go the length of the calf here. Your sleeve reaches the length of the calf, like maybe a bit lower, like 1 inch lower below the bicep. Yes, that's your calf sleeve. It could be shorter. That's your calf sleeve. So there are two types of the um, drawing. The first one is the one that is self-paced. That is just there's no there's no rough ruffle. There's no gathers rather. It's not gathered. It's just your straight calf sleeve, and you just use that to um, uh, design your any type of outfit. So it could be your dress, it could be a blouse, a calf sleeve will fit into. Even they use calf sleeve for some suits, so it's really very lovely, and you could manipulate it to. You can even exaggerate it to make it look more beautiful. So the first thing before doing that is to take your um, basic leaf pattern that you have created for that particular size and trace it. You don't destroy your basic leaf or your basic pattern. You trace onto other paper, and it is from that new paper that you have traced into that you now create whatever design you want to create. So for this purpose, I will be have the paper here, and I've drawn the midline. I've drawn a midline. I'm still going to draw that line for legibility sake, a midline that will serve as, there's a line that divides both front and back. So that's what I'm creating here on this paper. I'll start creating the line. I'll place my pattern on it. Because I'm doing a cast sleeve, from here that I will determine the length of my cast sleeve. So I want to be sure that the lines are aligned. Okay. So the midline is on the same level. So I'm going to pin it in place here and then trace it out. I'm tracing out. Okay, so because it's a calf sleeve, I don't need more than 1 inch down the side here, but I'll just leave it at this level because I'm going to cut the away from here. So I'm just going to measure. you don't see my paper anytime or what I'm doing, please just let me know, please. So I said for this calf sleeve, I don't want this to be more than 1 inch. So I'm going to mark that 1 inch. And then I'll take my ruler and ensure that it's a straight line. Not straight. So I have my straight line like that. So now there are some calf sleeve that you will see that there are two types. One will conform to the arm and just stay on the arm, but some comes out like this, especially if they are pleated. You just see it jut out like that. These are the type of sleeve that they sometimes exaggerate to create all these couture sleeves. You see, they will enhance it, give it structure, and probably put boning, and it's very big. So, but we're going to just draft the basic of it. If you want to exaggerate it, you can do whatever design you want on it. By the time you finish it, you see what I mean, even if you don't understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the first thing is, because we're making it jut out like that, the first thing is to reduce the cap height here. I'm reducing the cap height by, let's say, 3/4. So I'm going to now be able to differentiate. So I'll reduce the height like that. Then I will come here and mark a 1/4 inch in from the side, a 1/4 inch in, and then take it back, take it back. Then the next thing is I'm going to come up again, maybe like 1 inch. Then I'm going to create the curve. So you can see what we have now. So then the next thing is to now create my slash line. This is where it gets interesting. So my slash lines, I wouldn't want it to go beyond this slave because this is the curve of the armhole. So it's better whatever, because the slash that I'm going to create, we're going to be gathering that place. Either we gather it or we pleat the place. It won't look nice if your pleat or your gather enters the under the armhole because this curved part is going under. So I normally want it to end somewhere here. So but let's continue. So I'll do one. I'm going to follow this line to create the slash line. 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. I'm going to take my ruler and just follow like that. It will come out a bit at the cap because if you do it straight, you won't be able to take advantage of the cup that is here. So just let it slant a bit. And measure what you have here so that you'll be able to be equal on an quarter. Each of it is like 1 1/4 each. So just going to do. Don't follow that. Okay, so but just know that this is what we have. So the next thing is, this red part is the sleeve that I'm going to create now. So I'm going to remove it so that you will see it very well. This part is what I'm working with. Every other part is not needed. So I'm cutting them away. So the belt, my back and front. For some type of sleeve, you just trace the back and use it for both. You might not need to do front and back. So I want a different color of paper, so I'll be able to relate with my what's it called? So all these lines that I've created, I'm going to be flashing. So these are slash lines that I'm going to be creating. Mhm. So all these slash lines I'm going to be slashing and spreading. So let's go on. This is the mid line I'm flashing. See how I flashed it? Because I'm spreading at the cap. I'm spreading at the cap. So I'm going from the cap down. I'm not going to slash it. I'm not going to cut it completely. I'm just going to slash it and spread. So so the next thing is I'm creating another straight line here so that I will have a reference for spreading. So I'm going to come here and make sure that this is the middle. And then I will determine how much I want to spread. For instance, I'll prefer to spread like 1 inches, 1 inch rather, for each of the um what's it called? Each of the slashed lines. So for the middle part, I'll just do half half on both sides. I'll do ½ inch. Be careful with my tape. This is also ½ inch. Be careful with my tape. Then I come 1 inch. If you don't flash well, you will have issues, but make sure that you don't cut it completely. So this is 1 inch. And this is 1 inch. I've done that for one side. I'm going to do that for the other side too. 1 inch. 1 inch. Oh my God. Another 1 inch. Okay, so you can see how it looks now. So I will add like 1/2 inch on the sides here so that it balances, everything balances out. And then otherwise, because you have slashed and spread, you might have some places that are not equal. So I'm securing in place with my tape like that. So I'm going to now draw my, just to follow that tape. So it's like we are balanced it out like that. Let me make it more. Let you go. So whatever you are using to control the fullness, this is fullness. This is one of the principles of pattern drafting. Added fullness. We have dart manipulation. Um, yeah, three principles of pattern drafting: dart manipulation, added fullness, and body contouring. So those are the three basic principles of pattern drafting. World over, those are the three basic principles. So in this one is added fullness that we are doing. We are slashing and we are adding more room for more fullness. That's what we call added fullness. So now that I've done this, I'm going to um, either I pleat or I gather this part. But I must ensure that my gather or my pleat must not exit this point, because this is the point where I started spreading. So whatever I'm doing, so it's like you are adding the fullness to bring the pattern back to its original position. But when you are bringing it back, you've already added style because there is puff there. It's like it has become bulgy. It's not just the same shape of the ant anymore. So I'm going to go ahead to cut this and show you how it will fit into the hand. So here also, I'll just blend the curve in there. Okay, so see what we have now. See what we're going to do. We'll start folding this pleat now. Because here, you can do this here. Because it's the middle. Okay. You have crimped it so that, because the way I want it to happen, if it's not gathered, you might need to do this like this so that pinch it at the middle and spread it out. So it faces both sides. So what I want to do is to ensure that, because if it is split, it's okay to arrange your plate very well. It's not good for all your plates to face back or all your plates to face front. That's why you have this middle point. Then you know these are my this. That's why I use this different color of paper. What you're pleating is the brown part. The white part is the original paper you had before. So all the white brown part is your added fullness that um you are going to be pleating or gathering, depending on what you want. I'm going to do both so that we can see. So I've secured it in place for it to be better. So I start. So I've done that. Then I start here. I'm pleating the brown part and I'm pinning it. Okay, so I'm supposed to add a bit of. A lot of times when you pleat, your pattern can become shorter, especially on the smaller edges. So that's why I'm still going to cut this the excess video, but I needed to put this so that I'll have enough room. So this is what we will have. I want to put it on the mannequin for you to see. Just look at the second camera. Let me know if you can see. Let me finish pinning it. Let me finish pinning it. I don't need this. We are pinning it. Let me pin it so that when I finish pinning, I'll show you. Paper might not really appreciate it. Can you see? Okay, so that's what you have. If you feel that you don't want it to be this long, because it's not real, a real flow, that's why it's doing like this. So if you don't want it this long, you could reduce your length. Let me show you that. So, can you see? Can you see now? So what we pleated, you can decide to gather it. If you are gathering it, it might not really follow and just pull the way you normally gather and ensure that you maintain that measurement so that you don't have excess at your underarm or at your calf. I believe this is clear enough. Any question on this? Anybody has question on this? So I believe having done this, I think it is a safe place to call it a day. I was hoping we'll be able to do the fourth leaf today, but our time is past spent. We might not be able to finish, so I don't want us to start. So generally, if there are questions I like to entertain now, we are done with the past leaf for today.